back on the free promos. Never mind.
They too big. They too big. I'ma really need y'all to cut a check. Wait. Oh yeah. Cut the music. Cut the music. We need motherfuckers to cut a check. We should put that on the show sheet.
Yeah.
Where'd you find that screenshot of the Black Diamonds?
So that was in...
Dog, we need royalties, bro. I'm not playing.
So owner Ryan Smith tweeted the link yesterday. That was on...
Where'd you get the name from, Ryan?
So it's a survey, and you get to pick 4 of 20. And that's like their vote. How Utah's hockey team is asking their fans to vote on their team names. And owner Ryan Smith tweeted a link to a survey, and it has 20 names, and you can vote for 4. And one of the names... Now, we did a clip 2 weeks ago, and it was when 8 names came out. And Manny shouted out the Utah Black Diamonds is his name that he would pick for them, because Black Diamonds like the hardest ski slope.
The clips did pretty well on all plats.
Yeah, all platforms, the clips did pretty well. And then yesterday, I sent him the text of the screenshot of what the 20 names are, and I'm like, when you see it, and it says Utah Black Diamonds.
Bruh. There's no, y'all did not pull that out of y'all. Like, no way, bro. I know someone got that clip and suggested the name. All we ask for is royalties. I'm not even trying to fleece y'all for mills. We could cut a nice deal.
Yeah, why don't
we could cut
get us a box, get us a suite for the first game in Utah.
Oh yeah, maybe a nice place to record a tea party. Couple G's salutes at the
Let us do a podcast from the suite.
Yeah, we could do something real nice. It could be like someone catching the Aaron Judge 300th home run type. We could do a real...
No one's
But I know y'all got that shit from me. Y'all not getting shit past me. Let's pod.
No one's asking for a shitload of money here, okay? Just asking for maybe a little fun in Utah.
Couple grand.
Come on. Yeah. Just a little bit. Come on, Ryan.
20. 10,
I mean...
25.
And then we tweeted at him yesterday with the clip. The first clip. So just want to put that out there for everyone that the Utah Black Diamonds was created on this show.
They end up making that the name, bro. We're actually submitting something to get royalties, bro. There's no way. There's no way.
I need a conversation. You know what we should start doing? We should just start, like, every day. Remember how Devin said every day if he was the Phillies, he would call the Angels and ask for Mike Trout? Every morning now, that's going to be my morning routine. Send a DM to Ryan with the clip. With the clip. Every day. Every morning.
All good.
9 a.m. Once the workday starts, you're getting that clip, that video clip of us saying that it's Utah Black Diamonds. So, and it was funny too, because right at the end of the clip too, you're like, Utah Black Diamonds, just like the Golden Knights. Like, it flows exactly like that does. I wonder if they had that, because again, only 8 were released in the clip that we had, and that was from Front Office Sports.
No way.
I wonder if they did have that name already, if they went from 8 to 20, and they already had the 20 and they were only releasing 8.
There's no, maybe there's a way, because I guess it wasn't that creative, because I literally just asked you, like, yeah, I mean, I don't even fucking snowboard, so.
But that was, I wasn't thinking that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's what I'm like, that kind of was a left field. Like,
I know.
I thought it was Fry when I first said it.
That was,
and look, we might get $1 million off of it.
Hey. Never stop believing in yourself. You can be creative if you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Never stop. Yeah. All it takes is one. Isn't that what everybody says? All it takes is one.
What came out of you guys' podcast last couple of years? Well, we recorded a bunch of shit, and the guest name of an NHL hockey team, and now we fucking made. Like, could you imagine that?
We're gonna do a podcast with owner Ryan Smith in the owner's suite because we thought of the name. Imagine if that's
$1 million investment. Like, what the fuck?
So we need to keep voting for Black Diamonds, because if that becomes the team.
Wait, drop the link. Everyone vote for Black.
Everybody vote for Black Diamonds. Utah Black Diamonds.
If we actually win this and they cut a check, I got y'all. Like, on God, we're gonna do some crazy shit, some crazy 80 shit.
Yeah. We can. Oh, we gotta talk too. We gotta plan the.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. So. Yeah. A lot of outside things happening.
Strippers on hole 1 if we get the royalties.
Yeah. We gotta talk about the open as well too. That's what I was referring to.
No, absolutely.
You caught my drift.
Strippers on hole 1 if we get the royalties. Yeah. I caught the reference. Yeah.
And we could do it anywhere. It won't have to be. Yeah. We could do it anywhere. At that point, we could go press L.
Fly everybody out.
I was going to say, fly everybody out. All right, too many inside jokes to start the show. Welcome to the All Day Everyday Show. Hope everybody's having a great day. We are here on Friday, May 10th. My 25th birthday is on May 13th. That is Monday, so that is exciting stuff. As the Knicks and the Rangers are just making it a really, really happy week. I am up well over $1,000 this week just from tailing these teams. It's unbelievable. Giving plus money to these teams. We're gonna get into all that. Rangers and NHL hockey later in the show. We're gonna kick things off with.
Forgetting you and Justin share a birthday week. Now it's very easy for me to remember both our birthdays.
Yeah, because he was what? Was that Tuesday?
I thought your birthday was in August. Like legitimately thought your birthday was in August. I think we've been over this before.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also terrible with birthdays. I think I know yours, and I don't even know Shane's birthday. Like it's
I'm getting a roll. You know, for too off track, but like, yo, Apple, y'all should built-in calendar the group chat. Everyone's birthday.
Yeah, actually.
Text reminder on the day. It's royalties for that too. Let's pop.
I know we have a lot of ideas for the day. Actually, I want to shout this out as well. We have a big interview coming up in 2 weeks with the founder of Big Dogs Gotta Eat, Nick Ercolano. I want to make sure I'm saying that correctly when he's here. But so that'll be a great interview. He's been running this sports media company for almost 10 years. Will be a great interview just to kind of pick his brain on how he was able to build this platform. And TikTok's gone crazy for them. Their YouTube's been going crazy for them. Yeah, so that'll be fun just to see how he's been able to build that company for almost a decade. So stay tuned for that. We are going to start things off with the Knicks and Draymond Green, who just loves to just kind of hate and put shade on this New York Knicks, like Jalen Brunsanity run that they're on. Like that?
Jalen Brunsanity. Now, I'm going to just save that. Go.
So there was a clip on Draymond's podcast, and his quote here, reading here from New York Basketball at NBA New York. Draymond says here, Hawks made the Eastern Conference Finals and never got back. 2016 Blazers. It was a fluke. That's what the Knicks are setting y'all up for. It'll be probably another 15 years of misery, and we'll all sit around at it and laugh at Knicks fans with their delusion, because that's just what happens. Is it, though? Like, why can't we just enjoy it? I'm confused. I mean, I'm sick and tired of the hate, man. It's like every time, first it was Jalen Brunson can't be 1A. Jalen Brunson can't be the best player on the court at the time. Jalen Brunson can't be the best player on a championship contending team. And now it's like everyone wants to just tear down the run that they're on. No one wants to talk about Dante DiVincenzo hitting shots in big games. No one wants to talk about Josh Hart playing average of 48.2 minutes, and there's only been one game that's gone to overtime. He's playing every single minute of the game. No one wants to talk about that either. We just want to sit there and talk about, oh, the Knicks, man. How can we tear down the fan base? They're celebrating too much. They're partying on 7th Ave outside every win. They didn't win anything yet. They just won one game. Can we just have some fun? I'm confused. And here we go, just hate after hate after hate. Did you agree with the comments? I'm sure you thought it was hilarious.
I think it's fucking great. I don't disagree. It's not that I disagree, right? Because I've actually been a Knicks appreciator this year, honestly. It's tough to watch them beat my team, but I have been a Knicks appreciator. I don't think Draymond is necessarily wrong, though. You can put them in to me, they're in the box of those kind of teams. I think they're better than the Trailblazers that year. The Hawks, I think they're in that realm of team. But the Hawks did win 2 games in that Eastern Conference Finals. As much of a fluke team they are, Trae Young also did hurt his ankle in like game 2. And I'm pretty sure the Hawks were up 2-1. So context is context. I think the Knicks are good enough. Obviously, when you go through this, you get the 2 seed. First of all, I mean, the Sixers probably are the 2 seed to begin with if Joel Embiid never gets hurt, and then go through the Sixers with the hurt Joel Embiid, and then you have to go through the Pacers that beat the hurt Bucks. People are gonna talk shit. Like that is how it goes. But I saw a tweet the other day about like teams that go on championship runs. Everyone has their luck involved. Like I think the Knicks are a legit team, bro. Like I think Jalen Brunson's a legit one guy. I think they have legit role players. Like I think maybe because they don't have like the 2 studded star lineup or 3 studded. Like if Julius Randle's here playing on that level I was talking about before the playoffs started, that y'all would need to get here, which I was wrong about, which is crazy. I think it's a little less of a fluke because we can be like, all right, well, the Knicks can actually, I think, win something. They can probably beat the Celtics. I don't think people think you guys can even give the Celtics a chance right now. And I think that's more so why it's painted as a fluke. You know what I mean? Which is fucked up because, did you watch Celtics play last night? Are you that scared of them? Like, I'm pissed we can't make it there because I mean, they're a great team, but they have their lapses like anybody else. So I think there's a different brand of basketball that you guys are bringing in the 3-point era, in the finesse era, besides people saying the foul baiting. But it's a tough ass team, bro. We'll get to the NBA, NFL conversation, but it's a fucking not a football team, but you know what I'm saying? Them boys play rough out there, tough out there, and that's how you have to play if you have a team built like that. Your best player is 6 feet tall. You know what I mean? Like I think it's a perfect fucking marriage of a team, and you guys are all on synergy's perfect. It's fucking 3 guys that fucking probably shared an apartment in college. Like, I'm not as surprised as everyone else, I think, but I do understand because they are in that realm. I think if we were to rank the teams, though, I would put the Knicks probably a little above that Hawks team, the Hawks here, and then Trailblazers team.
I think 15 years is crazy. 15 years of misery.
Go ahead.
After this, I mean, it'll probably be another 15 years of misery, and we'll sit around and laugh at the Knicks fans with their delusion. I think that's a little bit of a stretch. I mean,
I'm not going to write it off for y'all. All I'm saying is...
How can you say that with this team right now, though? That's crazy.
Well, Giannis and Dean was hurt. Trill and B was hurt. You know what I'm saying? It's not like any of those runs is coming to an end.
Misery for me is losing seasons. What we've seen in the past, losing seasons, not making the playoffs.
Can't do that now though. Y'all floor raised. That's like Eagles fans trying to say it's misery if we don't make the playoffs. Like, let's be real. Like, you know what I'm saying? We raising the floor now. I'd say it's misery for y'all if y'all not like in the mix to win the East. I'd say that's misery if y'all going out like we go out every fucking year. I think that's what he's alluding to. Like, you guys are going to be like a good team and everyone's going to talk about the Knicks and you guys are going to lose in the second round and maybe the East Conference Finals one time. And it's like, that's when we made the East Conference Finals.
I mean, again,
remember that team? I could see that happening with this group because I don't think I could be wrong and we could just go back and clip this, but I don't think it could just be Jalen Brunson doing this. Definitely for a sustained amount of years. This year, the way it's going, I mean, he's averaging 36 and a fucking half points.
But also, that goes into...
Sustainability. I mean, AI wasn't sustainable in Philly.
Well, the sustainability is also... I mean, there's so many guys that are not on the floor right now.
100%.
Julius isn't there. Mitch isn't there.
100%.
OG just got hurt. Bogey got hurt in the Sixers series. There's a lot of pieces that are missing.
Yeah.
So the sustainability is like, I think Jalen Brunson knows, and especially Dante said it multiple times. That's our leader. We play through him, and every game, he and even Jalen said, I'm not looking to go out there and put up 40 or 50 every game. I'm not trying to do that. It's just I'm getting better looks, and I'm going for it.
I get your point 100%. I'm just trying to say, like, in a realistic sense of how, like, you got to think of the NBA in a macro sense. The Celtics have had pretty much stacked rosters for damn near a decade, and how many chips do they have? It's just like... I don't want to really put the 15 years of misery because that is fucking harsh. But I get what he's saying. I feel like he's saying this is y'all 1 year. Enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? But as time goes on, we're going to figure out this wasn't really a long-term winning formula. I mean, we'll see.
Well, that's why I'm just frustrated because with the injuries, again, that Sixers series was tough. And I'm going to give some credit to Embiid. He was hurt. And Giannis was hurt. Like, everything is aligning for them to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, get a shot at the Boston Celtics. But then, of course, they're not fully 100% on, healthy-wise. So I'm like, it was kind of set up for them to kind of take it all the way and go get a shot. But, of course, the time that you get your one big chance, not everybody's there. So that's what I'm a little worried about.
Oh, brother, I know your pain.
So I don't want this just to be the one chance because again, you are right. I mean, Giannis and Dame, like when that team's there, that's going to be a tough team to beat in the 7-game series every year.
You guys aren't even the 2 seed.
Yeah,
that changes legitimately everything.
That changes everything for sure. They probably would have been 3 or 4. I'd say 4 or 5 actually. Probably would have been them and the Cavs in the first round, which would have been another tough series like it was a year ago. So I'm just kind of looking at, I can kind of compare it a little bit to the Rangers. Like,
I'd be pissed the fuck off if I was a Knicks fan now.
I'm definitely pissed off.
I feel like you guys have a good nucleus to build off of. And New York's a spot that someone's going to want to come to. Especially the way his team plays basketball. I'm not saying they're going to get a free agent this year, but there's some people hitting the market. I don't think New York's really... I don't think this is like the New York group. Like, you know what I mean? I think there's someone's going to want to come and play with this group.
Well, that's what they were saying. Devin Booker was trying to do that. I'm like, all right, let's hold back on that.
You don't want D-Book?
I don't think for what they would have to give up, I'm sure Dante DiVincenzo would have to be a part of that package. No way. You want to be part of the fun now because you got swept? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Always gotta.
Where was that when Brunson was getting signed 3 years ago? What are we talking about?
All right, that's funny because that just leads into the conversation that
that leads into the next conversation.
We was having this conversation 2 years ago. Motherfuckers would be like, "Give me D Book for Brunson, damn near D Book for me."
It was when they were signing Brunson. It was Kevin Durant was possibly linked to the Knicks, and then it was Jalen Brunson, and everyone went all up in arms. I'm not going to sit here and say that I wasn't up in arms too. I'm not saying I was crazy. Like I remember Stephen A. Smith.
Brother, I said he came there to supplement RJ Barrett.
Yeah.
Like everyone was pretty much wrong about Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, everybody was wrong about Jalen Brunson. Put him in the right spot. Yeah. Everybody was wrong about Jalen Brunson. We can confidently say that. And Kevin Durant was first linked to that, and then it was like, wait, we go to Jalen Brunson? Why Jalen Brunson? So everyone just has to accept the fact that we were all wrong about Jalen Brunson. Okay? No.
Jay Wright says it.
Yeah. Everybody.
Jay Wright says it.
And his coach says it. Yeah, that's a great point. So now it brings us to the question here is, why is everyone jumping ship from star to star so fast in the NBA? It's Anthony Edwards. It's SGA. You could argue in the playoffs it's Jalen Brunson, even though there's a lot of hate train on him.
You can argue with Jalen Brunson.
It's Luka. I mean...
Tatum.
It's Tatum. When he was first coming up, and it's Devin Booker. How many guys can we switch to? Because right now,
bro,
I feel like
all the names you named, there was one point not SGA, I would say, but maybe Ant right now. All those guys you named, besides maybe SGA, all had the point where it was like literally that guy in the playoffs.
Can we put Jokic in that? MVP? Can we put that in there?
First of all, clap the fuck up.
Yep. Good job again.
You know what I mean? We got to pay dues. But this was an interesting topic because I don't think he got I don't know if he got that love. Like,
I agree with that.
I could be wrong though because I was definitely hating. So like maybe I was just like, you know what I'm saying? When there's two political parties and the one side of the political party can't say what the other side doing. Maybe I was that. You know what I mean? when Jokic was really doing his thing. So maybe they was. But I really remember like D Book was getting so much love. Ice Traded Gang was getting so much love when he was walking us down, bro. Like, so like I just don't understand.
Oh, like, Giannis too.
Giannis is another one. It's gonna happen again, and like the weird thing is I feel like I almost want to like say it's wrong, but now that we're talking about it, I think it's just a changing of the guard thing. Like KD and Bron on the way out, and people are seeing it in real time. They keep losing over and over and over again, and like getting hurt sometimes. It's like this shit over. I think everyone's looking for the next guy. I think Tatum, like with the whole Kobe descendant thing, Book too with the whole Kobe descendant thing, and people love a small guard to latch too. Steph Curry's kind of getting older. That's when Trey comes in. Everybody loves Dame. You got Brunson now. I love Hallie. A lot of people love Hallie. Obviously, he's not doing as well as we all thought he would do, but it's kind of that same. I think people are just looking for the next guy, but it's like, I think it's kind of like, I don't think Book got worse. I don't think Trae Young got worse. You feel me? Definitely Giannis didn't get worse. If Ant-Man loses this year and let's say someone on that team doesn't come back, because the way they seem to talk, at least Mike Conley, seems like this might be they shot with this group, and they fall off a little bit as a team. Like, people gonna fall off the Ant train. People are falling off every train, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And Wemby's coming, and I think that motherfucker.
Yeah, that's gonna be another one
for sure. And he's in the West. And mind you, half these names half the people that we name is in the West. I think it's now that I think about it, I think everyone's looking for the next guy, but it's like y'all can just decide yourselves.
I think that everyone's kind of leaning on Anthony Edwards and
the
team that they have right now.
I see it too. And I think everybody wants him, like everyone's on board. You know what I mean?
I think that's the team that, outside of Knicks fans and people that, remember years ago when LeBron was like, oh, the Knicks are good again. The league is better when the New York Knicks and Madison Square Garden are good. I feel like outside of those people that are cheering on the Knicks, everybody wants Anthony Edwards, Gobert, and the T-Wolves.
Did any of those other guys that we named ever have you like that?
Giannis did, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy because that same year, that's how Book. Like I was like that with Book. I was like that with Book in the bubble though. Like I was just peeping what they were doing and not fuck with Mikal. I was on that train. Trae Young. I mean, I just fuck with Trae Young, so I don't really consider that on the train.
I was a Trae Young hater just because of that series in MSG when he was like the villain.
Yeah,
but respect the game.
Trae Young had a lot of hate. Trae Young and Brunson, I think, is really comparable.
People are saying
Like
right
both
now,
those
I
ones.
thought they were going to say that they hated Trae Young more because of what he did in Philly after that Knicks series.
Yeah.
And I asked the same question. Well, do you hate Brunson more or Trae Young for what they both did? A lot more people are on the hating train of Jalen Brunson more than Trae Young, which actually shocked me.
I didn't even ask people that, but I was just seeing how people. I'm like, damn, y'all really don't fuck with Jalen Brunson. Like Trae Young, there was a little bit of like,
it's getting to the point where
he's cooking us. Like, you know what I mean? Like
those same people.
I
are
didn't
saying,
get like he's cook. Like Jalen Brunson is cooking shit out of us, and I didn't really get a vibe from the Sixers fan base. It's like, yeah, he's kind of cooking us. It was like, yeah, it's this, it's that, it's this, it's that. Like I'm like, damn.
those same people are saying when I'm like, well, that's a Nova guy. We got like, fuck Nova, man, fuck Nova. I'm like, really?
Nah, it's just that's why I said that. That's why I said what I said last episode. A lot of motherfuckers gonna act like that. They was singing his praises. It's cool though, bro. I mean, that's how life works. That's how life works.
Well, we're seeing switch ups over there with Brunson, Nova. Seen so many switch ups with. I'm telling you, I really think it could be Anthony Edwards
I think like to secure it, or the next person gets switched up on.
to secure it. I think it really could be Anthony Edwards.
I think he secures it. I 100% agree. I just would love to. I just love to have this conversation and watch if it happens if he gets switched up on. Bro, PG. Remember PG when he was like battling with Bron and shit? People thought he was the one. He is literally. They take pictures of him like his thumbnail and like put it up after he has stinkers and shit. It's like he's a.
Could you put Kawhi in that category or no?
Yeah, that 1 year. I mean, I thought Kawhi was when Kawhi did that shit to us, bro. Averaging like 35. Game winner, then beat the Warriors. I mean, we beat the Bucks and then beat the Warriors. My hands was up like this, and this is the best player I've seen in a long time.
And then the injuries just made everybody kind of shut their mouths about it.
He has straight haters too, though.
Like bad haters.
Straight haters. That's what I'm saying, though. Like
Stephen A. Smith may be one of the biggest Kawhi Leonard haters.
Yeah, yeah,
just because he's not healthy.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see, bro.
And he's not on when they're in. When they have opportunities to win, he's not out there because he's hurt. And that's what he just keeps pounding on. That's his argument every time. He's not out there, so how can he be on there? It's like, the Team USA. He wasn't on there. And they're like, well, why would you pick him? He's not going to be healthy. Same argument every time. Now, I also think, at least for the team's sake, T-Wolves, not on the second team, not on this category, outside of the Knicks, obviously, but outside of this category, but very close, I would say, is the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think everybody likes seeing the young guns. Kind of like when we were watching Magic series. What do you call them? The Energizer Bunnies. Not saying that the Thunder play the same way, but that's a young unit.
Lovable team.
Lovable team for sure. And especially for that city that hasn't had a team that's been that good for so long. You remember when Chet was getting drafted and J. Will was getting drafted? Needed some guys that could get it started. But they were in a position to draft so high because their team was so low. And now it's like roles have reversed. Thunder are the team to beat. Obviously, they did lose game 2, lost home court. But
very torn in that series. I kind of want to see Kyrie and I feel bad for my OKC nights, but
Kyrie and
I kind of want him to go home, bro. I kind of want to see Dallas in the finals, even though I play. It sounds crazy, like it's either Minnie or Dallas, and that's kind of like my dream Western Conference Finals. That's just the two teams.
Can the Nuggets come back from this?
Yeah, not going to, but yeah, they could, but they're not. They're not going to. But the Timberwolves are playing. Their defense is just ridiculous. They call them Law and Order. They kill Alexander Walker and Jamie Daniels, harassing. Because the whole thing is Jamal Murray's been just an incredible Robin. Not even a Robin for real, but damn near Batman half the time. And the way Jokic plays basketball, he needs that. The way they can lock down Jamal Murray, it just kind of makes it. I mean, he's too frustrated. We'll get to what he's been doing. I mean, we can just talk about it now.
Yeah,
he's throwing heat pads in the court and shit. You know what I mean? They are 100% in his head. He's not scoring in the first half at all. His first half numbers were horrendous.
How far down the bench he was when he threw that? I mean, it's not like he was sitting right close to the baseline.
He threw that.
He yucked that thing.
Yeah, 100%.
And just
on purpose. Yes.
Imagine as shitty as it is to say, imagine one of the players or a ref.
Cat was right, bro. Cat was going for a layup right next to it. He just barely missed it.
I mean, that's an ACL right there.
Cat fucked his meniscus. He's gonna be his meniscus is going again probably if he does that shit or whatever the fuck he hears MCL whatever. And then Pat Bev gets 4 games or whatever the fuck it was.
4 games suspension without pay. And
Which is not that I don't agree with. Pat Bev is sick in the head for doing that. Like,
so then why no fine for that when we're chucking balls at fans, but Murray gets a $100,000 fine and no suspension?
Just
give both.
I'd be okay if Pat Bev got a game. If Pat Bev got a game, I'd be like, cool. If they give him 2, I'd be like, whoa. I mean, I'm like, whoa right now, but if they give him 2, I'd be like, whoa. But like, all right. Like one game, I'd be like, yeah, sit down.
Are you thinking a fine should come with that too?
Yeah, if a game and a fine, I'd be like, yeah, sit down. You know what I mean? Don't fine him too much. Make him sit down the game. Cool, whatever. Jamal Murray, what did he get?
$100,000 fine. That's it.
Bro, it's people that accrue that in like 8 weeks of NFL.
I think it's because
there's literally players last year who probably passed 100K in fines by week 10 in NFL. I guarantee it. Stamp it. Like, what?
And notice how, remember when we talked about...
Dog, he literally could have won the series for the Nuggets if Cat stepped an inch to the right. That is insane. Like, what? You feel me? Like, and it's crazy because if I'm on the court for the Timberwolves, I'm trying to get my get back next time you go into the basket. That's just how I think, but you can't really do that because you might get suspended 3 games. And his motherfucker only getting fined 100K.
Well, notice why they didn't suspend him. I feel like they didn't suspend him because they know it's a series and they want to keep minutes. I was just going to say, the same Embiid.
The 2-0 situation where we can't fully enforce the rules because it's 2-0 and this team's at home. We want to see him fight back.
But
I disagree with it when it was my own team.
I think it's bullshit.
I disagreed with it when it was my own team. Like, 100%, bro. I agree.
$100,000. You think he cares about that? He's like, I'll pay the $100,000. I still get to play. If you don't want to see that shit happen again, actually suspend him.
Jokic might be like, I'll pick that shit up for you, bro. I don't give a fuck. Like, bro, that's so fucked. Like, he literally could have won them the series if Cat stepped on that. Going up for a layup, pushing off a heat pad on a basketball court. See you.
Whole knee destroyed.
See you.
Even a ref too. Imagine. I would like to see that. Like if that. Okay, I shouldn't say I would like to see that. But if that happened and it was a ref too, outside it's not a.
What if he hit the ref in the back of the head?
Yep.
What if he hit the ref in the back of the head?
I mean, we're all, like that's kicked out of the game for sure. But then do you suspend him for a game and then they have the risk? You know, you're risking him and the Nuggets going down 3-0 at that point. But then it's like, oh, Adam Silver's probably sitting there like, oh well, you know, if we suspend him, then that's going to give the T-Wolves a 3-0 lead, and then it's kind of just handing them the series. Well, then that's the price you pay. Then don't do that. That's where I'm confused.
Incredible, bro.
It goes back to the same Embiid point too. Well, you couldn't kick him out of the game because it was the first quarter and their Knicks are up 2-0. That would basically give them 3-0. That would give them the series. Well, then don't do that shit. It's very simple. If you're going to do that, then be ready for the consequences. For $100,000 for Jamal Murray, he don't care. He's going to play again.
My dad asked me about that. He was like, because my dad was like kind of thinking when Embiid was like protecting his knee, whatever. And I kind of had that angle, but like he asked me about it, and I was like, I mean, if I was Mitchell Robinson, I literally would have punched Embiid in the face and got kicked out the game. Like if that would happen to me, like so, like. But that Jamal Murray shit is wild.
I mean,
out of this world.
How have we seen this? Like so much crazy shit. We saw the Embiid to start. Now that was like during play.
Yes.
Then we see Pat Bev off the court. Not
I
playing.
Would in my opinion, obviously the league agrees too, was the fine, but I was nowhere near as egregious as throwing a fucking heat pad on a basketball court. Like that is fucked. You can like. I don't agree, but you can argue Embiid was protecting himself, whatever. But like, that Jamal Murray shit is out of this fucking like, whoa. I'm surprised play didn't stop immediately, bro.
Austin Rivers and the comments that are swirling all over social media, where different analysts, media personnel.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Speaking of 40-year-old men beefing on the internet, because this is what maybe remind me of that. What is your sports comp to the Drake-Kendrick beef?
Like 2 players, you mean?
Yeah. What is your sports comp?
Odell Beckham, Josh Norman.
Ooh, that's a good one. I didn't even think about that. That's a good one. Ooh, you could do Cam and Josh Norman too, because didn't they fight a preseason? Myles Garrett, Mason Rudolph's not really a beef. Who was McGregor beefing with? Wait, who fought somebody? Who did master ball swing on? Who was that?
Colby Covington?
Yeah, that's one.
They're fighting each other in like a bar parking lot.
Yeah, that's one. Would you say Brooks and Bryson?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if that was that hostile that though.
How about who was it? Tim Anderson and Josh Naylor.
God, no, it was Jose Ramirez. I think it was Jose.
I think you're right. I think it was Jose.
That knocked him out. And who did Bautista? Did Bautista get? It was Odor swung on Bautista.
Odor and Bautista.
What was a beef that like lasted though? I want one that like lasted. Like who was really beefing?
I think you take hockey out of the conversation.
Do you?
I think you do.
I was gonna say Crosby, someone with Philly, because he would come here and get. I mean, I guess it's just Crosby.
Everybody hates Brad Marchand. He's a rat. But like, I think the beef in hockey, just like, you guys get to fight each other whenever, like on the ice.
Yeah.
So like,
Josh Norman Odell was the one though.
I mean, we're grabbing face masks.
Sherman and Crabtree.
Because I'm trying to think about like when it's not just like one moment.
Yeah,
right?
like it needs to be like an actual thing.
It's over time.
Yeah, like we do not like each other.
And it continues.
Type shit. That's what I'm talking about.
And speaking of the Tim Anderson fight, like I saw a stat where since that fight, he hasn't had a homer.
That's wild.
Now again, it's way less plate appearances compared to what it was before. It was like 3,300 plate appearances, but still, I mean, they're just putting more salt on the wound. But yeah, that's a good question. I'm trying to think if there's like, I mean, again, like the Trae Young with the Knicks, that was kind of beef on Twitter, like with fans.
Yeah,
like that wasn't crazy.
Crazy.
Like I'm talking about with like one-on-one multiple times.
Rondo, Chris Paul.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one too.
That had to be. There was shit behind that we don't know about for sure. For sure, there's no way. I mean, he obviously spit.
What did you think about the Kendrick Jake beef?
I thought it was interesting. I thought it was great rap on both sides. I mean, you know me, I'm a very neutral rap fan.
I was gonna say, let's say there's no winner on that side for you.
I think Kendrick won, but I thought Drake dropped generational verses on Family Matters. So like it's just one of those things. Sometimes you just lose the finals. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. I don't see anyone else taking the fucking 2017 Warriors 7 games. That's what Drake did to me. Made Kendrick have to drop back to back right after he did. It's hard to hang with Kendrick, bro. That's where I'll leave it. I ain't gonna do too much.
It's hard to hang with Kendrick. That's a good question. Bro. Curious to see what you guys.
And plus,
everyone
doesn't look like Drake. Not everyone looks like Drake as a pure rapper too. So like, I feel like people were looking to hate on Drake. I'm a huge Kendrick. Kendrick's been my favorite rapper since I was 13 years old. So like, I try to keep my bias out of it. It got into it.
Does Drake get in your mix though? I thought Drake was one of your guys.
Number 2. Yeah, like that's why. So it's like one of those things for me. So there's definitely bias into it. But I thought for people that don't think Drake's a rapper and all this, I think he more than proved himself. I thought he proved himself in the Meek beef, my opinion. But like he did it again. So fuck it. Good for both of them.
Good for both of them. All right,
hopefully all that shit is not true, by the way. Crazy shit. I'll probably be on crazy shit anyway.
All right, back to the NBA. Austin
More
Rivers.
40-year-old men beefing on the internet.
Yeah, more 40-year-old men beefing on the internet. Austin Rivers saying some outlandish comments to many athletes surrounding the media on the Pat McAfee show, saying that I can take 30 players right now in the NBA and throw them in the NFL. You cannot take 30 NFL players and put them in the NBA. That, again, was on the Pat McAfee show. A lot of people took hate to this, but also at the same time, you had analysts naming NBA players that could play in the NFL. Colin Cowherd actually was clipped saying that LeBron James would be the best tight end in history.
Hot.
So there's one there. Kendrick Perkins listed his top 5 on ESPN, NBA players playing in the NFL, and his number 1 was Jalen Suggs. He had Russell Westbrook on that list.
Jalen Suggs would be incredible.
So
he was incredible at football.
They were showing his football stats when he was, Kendrick was doing his whole monologue. So I have a top 5 as well. I'm not putting these in any order, okay? These are just 5 guys that I think from the NBA could play in the NFL. LeBron James, obviously. We know that. We've been saying that.
Great name.
Anthony Edwards. That's no question.
Great name.
No question at all. Russell Westbrook. I don't think that's a question at all.
Great name.
I'll put Ja Morant on there as well.
Good name.
I know size is... I'm taking size away from it.
Good name.
I think just shiftiness, ball IQ. I think that's a good name. And I'm going to put gritty Josh Hart for reasons of conditioning. We're seeing him fly around, get offensive rebounds.
Bro. Yeah.
I think that is a gritty guy that you want on your football team.
For sure.
So I think there's 5 guys right there that I think, and again,
that's good size too, because I don't know how tall you want to go. Like Steven Adams is a motherfucker, but is he too tall to play in the NFL?
Right.
It's a certain archetype. You know what I mean? That's a good list. I'm trying to, I mean, no. And the other thing is too, are we taking in the fact their current football skill set, or are we just saying this guy at this body type and athleticism type train football?
I think
that's the question I want to know.
I think the second part.
Because if it's the second part, bro, where's Draymond Green?
Yeah.
You feel me?
But that's why I think the argument would be most people wouldn't put Ja Morant. He's a little bit slimmer.
There's space for people like that in the football fields for sure. What the fuck? You don't have to bro. For when I played corner, I was a big corner. Being 6'2", 6'1.5", like 180, like that's a bigger corner. Like Rich Sherman was like 6'2", bigger corner. Guys can fit on the field, not at Ja's height for sure. Ja's like 6'3", isn't he? 6'2", 6'3".
But that's why I think for this whole argument,
he could be like a nasty slot scat guy. Like think like Wandale Robinson. It's probably Ja Morant in the football field.
That's true. We do need to. That is a good one.
You know what I'm saying?
We do need to like solidify what the actual, agreement is on these.
Well, here's my take on the whole thing, bro. Like, because I play both, like, and it's like growing up. First of all, a lot of the guys I played basketball with, I played football with. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like that with any fucking sport. But like, I definitely noticed it when I played in college. Like, for instance, and I'm not saying we could play in the fucking NBA, but I'm just trying to paint the picture. We had like the spring league teams, whatever. Our little freshman team, I think it was like 7 of us. 7 of us were like starters on our high school basketball teams. Like we came in second in the league as freshmen, which was like kind of crazy. Like the team we lost to was a senior football team. I'm pretty sure all of them started on their high school basketball team. Trying to kind of paint a picture here. Like when we got first meeting in college, they like did this thing, like showed us like how, like what percentage of like football players and like all the other sports like go on to play in college, like by each like division. And it was literally like 1% each one. Like, and think about NFL athletes. Like you're dealing with, this is like D1 was like the 1% of the rest of the 1% that went to go play D2, D3. And the people that made it to the league are like the 0.05% of the 1% that go like D1, D2. Like, and people have been leaking the highlights of people's like NFL players, high school basketball fucking tapes and shit. These people come from families, people who play basketball. Think about the maze. Like, I don't know what the exact number is. I just think there's personal disrespect coming from both sides. Cause it's like, bro, most of us fucking cross-trained, bro. Like a lot of these guys grew up, like you gotta think like Jalen Suggs was the perfect name because it's like, if he really wanted to play football, he could just want to play football. Like there's plenty of kids, like I know a lot of them, you feel me? Like you could just choose a sport. It's like, what did you want to play? Like, you know what I mean? I know a lot of kids like that. And there's a lot of people in the NFL and NBA where it's like, I just kind of chose football. Like, I mean, people brought up Jimmy Graham, Antonio Gates. A lot of great tight ends played basketball. Max Crosby, I don't know if you saw the clip of him playing basketball outside.
Aaron Judge was the 3-sport athlete.
Aaron Judge was probably great. Like, you feel Mike Trout was probably great, all the shit he touched. You feel me? So I think there was a lot of ego going on from older guys. People started talking about his career sucked and this and that. I mean, we're talking about 2 guys that didn't play a decade in the league, made millions of dollars. I don't think either of their careers sucked, and I think they're both refined players. And what they did, if I had to say who was better, I'd probably say James Jones was probably a little better than Austin Rivers, but who the fuck cares? Like, we both made millions of dollars. Who the fuck? We're grown-ass men. I think there's a lot of players that could do both, and that's just my opinion. I don't the names, I could do anything, but I saw Devontae Smith's basketball highlights, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think if we say that their current skill set, if we take their current skill set out of it and just say if this guy decided to train the opposite sport, could they make it? I think we could probably name a lot of people, bro. The fuck? Let's be real. Like, we plucked Jordan Mailata out of Australia and said, come play tackle, and
yeah, from a rugby player.
Like,
yeah, and in fact,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro,
ring.
I think we're kind of just overblowing it because it's a little bit of a beef. That's my take on it.
I think the whole thing is, I don't think it's an argument or a conversation that ever needs to be had.
No.
By the way.
No.
Like, what are we fishing for?
Bro, look at any top athlete at anything swing a golf club. Like, y'all can all do it, bro. It's not like I think Chris Long's thing was good about the mentality part, but I just thought, like, my thing was, like, I think a lot of basketball players play football in high school, and 2 days in high school fucking suck. Like, you know what I mean? So I think let the 40-year-old men beef. They'll figure it out. Go to Nobu.
I mean, I just would like to what do you say? Go to Nobu?
Have a dinner. Fuck it out. You know what I mean?
I was just going to say, like, there needs to be a little bit of, like, solidification there on the actual standard of what the question is. If it's for naming 30 players that can play from the NBA to the NFL, is it
Like
do you
right
factor
now?
in, yeah.
Hell no.
Like, do you factor in
Hell
size,
no.
or are we just talking about
Like,
pure athleticism?
Right now, their current skill set, hell no. Maybe 10. Maybe 10 off of like sheer will, you know what I'm saying, down the train, already had the experience, like easy for me to catch up. But 30, I'd have.
That's why I would say for Austin Rivers, if you're going to outlandishly.
But I'm not in the fraternity. So there's so many guys that are like linking their tapes. Like, you think you hoop? They hoop in the offseason. They got
Puka's nasty.
But you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Like people, exactly. Like, so I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think it's a lot more than we think, to be honest, on both sides.
I would just put him on the spot. If you're going to say 30 names, give me 30. Drop me 30 right now.
Facts.
Say it. Because I guarantee you, if he was on a spot, I didn't see the whole clip. I'm not entirely sure if
this is like the Team Blacks versus Team Whites conversation. Shit is fucking
that was another crazy. Like,
so stupid.
I know Austin Rivers said it, and it's not like the Pat McAfee show guided him into saying an outlandish quote like that. But like now, ESPN has the next week full of topics to talk about.
Shout out Pat. They want to silence you. Now they're taking your fucking money. You know what I mean? This is my topic. I'd be salty as shit. It's my fucking show.
Because I would have said after, okay, name 30 then.
Facts.
If you came prepared to say something like that,
let's go. Deliver.
Let's see if you have a notebook of 30 names right there. Let's see it. And I guarantee you don't. You may have 5 that we ripped off. You may have 10.
Maybe more back in the day. Let me not do that. Nah,
because it is also like James Jones in that clip. He was very distraught and disrespected by it. So like, not trying to discredit or disrespect the NFL players.
Especially when you go through what football players go through, bro. Like, I literally I don't want to say I thought D3 football was a joke, but I just thought compared to everything else, it was just like, meh. And it's like, oh no, like everyone's doing like 8-10-hour 2-a-days, like. Oh, like theirs is just a little more extensive, obviously way more shit to learn, and they have to do it at a way higher level. But it's like, damn, like, and the NFL goes up a notch from here. It's like, bro, I made it through my first fucking camp, and dog, I literally thought I was a new man. I swear to God, like not even from like a weird like sense like that. It's just like I literally made it out of this. It's probably like someone going through boot camp. It's like, holy fuck, I did not think I could come out of it like in this, like better. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I understand where it's like, oh, someone's like in basketball, like, oh, I can just do this. And like, you guys have load management. You guys have to play like 65 games, get an award. Your coaches treat you like children. Like, I played basketball. So I literally like, but I know that's the thing about me. This conversation is so dumb because so many players have experienced both, where it's like, I'm in football season and it's like, I'm getting tired of someone barking at me. I want to go play basketball because my coach is more chill. In my case in high school, it wasn't like that. But like, all right, it's a little more relaxed basketball. Like, I kind of want to go back to like the intensity of football. Like, a lot of those guys dealt with both. So that's kind of why I'm like, this conversation's stupid, but fuck it. We move.
Yeah, it is a dumb conversation.
I miss hockey.
Yeah, let's get to the crazy NHL. I want to start here with the NHL playoffs before we get to match penalties and this ruling on what a match penalty is and taking big hits, also not getting connections on these hits and what possibly would be a match penalty. We'll get to Jacob Trouba in a second. Let's just talk about the second round here in the NHL playoffs. If you're not watching, you just have to tune in, right? Because let's think about it. Rangers are up 3-0. That's 7 straight for the first time since 94.
Don't start with the 3-0 series.
I'm going to start with that.
That's bad marketing, though.
There's back-to-back overtime games.
There you go.
Overtime winners, one of them being in double overtime. And on Tuesday night, the double overtime game, the game directly after that was the Stars and Avalanche series. And that was game 1. That ended in an overtime winner. Then in game 1 of the Canucks and Oilers series, the Canucks score 4 unanswered to win the game, to come back and win the game. And then in that very same night, the game prior to that, the early game, Boston Bruins and Florida Panthers, 17 penalty minutes over 130 minutes, 17 penalties over 130 penalty minutes in just the third period alone. What we are seeing right now in the second round of the NHL playoffs is absolutely pure electricity. And it just has to be, more light has to be shined on it, more conversations need to be talked about it, because I will tell you right now, and I'm going to ask Nick this when we have him here, that if you were to rank the sports by their playoffs, and I'm saying your team's not in it.
I think we've done this before.
We have done this before. Yeah. Your team's not in it. What are you going to watch? Number one for me right now, and it's not even right now. Number one, NHL playoffs. That's just flat, easy, number one to watch. Playoffs, playoff hockey, that would be number one. And right now we're seeing why. We clearly are seeing why. The playoffs have been electric, especially the past 2 to 3 seasons with what's going on. Rangers look absolutely deadly right now. And we go to this match penalty that we're all talking about. Here,
I think, like, I don't know, bro. I think hockey's missing, like, the only thing I'd say that hockey's really missing, because I really try to appreciate hockey, and I like how, like, real hockey fans are, like, saying that the playoffs have been sick, and what I've really been watching, the one thing I think they're missing on some of these teams that are really good, and I like that, that's why I root for the Orioles so much, they just need, like, the stars to really, like, the OV, they need, like, the OV Crosby kind of, like, aura kind of thing. I think that helps the game more than anything, and then shit like this. But, like, I think that, like, I don't even think McDavid winning the chip needs that, but, like, McDavid in the Stanley Cup I think would be cool. I don't remember any of the stars off the Vegas Golden Knights. That's the 1 year I was really locked in when the Avalanche were going because, bro, the fucking McKinnon, fucking Klobuchar, you know what I mean? Like, that's the shit that's like, yeah, I'm watching this shit now. Like, even the Lightning, like, a little bit.
I mean,
but
they did have a big run too, even though getting blitzed early.
It took me a while to really see, like, who was really who on that team. Like, I think that's what I think that a run like that would be huge for hockey. Like, just the stars being, like, in the mix at the end like that. Like, I think that's what they need. But I need to know who the stars are.
But we talk about too, like, dynasties, right?
They need to market that shit better, bro. Who the stars are, bro. I would literally watch so many more games if I had no idea. So when the Jets played the Avalanche, that was a fucking insane series. And the only reason why I knew that was gonna be a crazy series, like my man said something to me about it. I checked in with a game one night and I was like, oh my god, they're scoring 13 goals a fucking series. I had no idea the Jets offense was like that. I knew the Avalanche offense, but like they just don't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to think of an example. Like, if Miami's about to play like the fucking Chiefs, and let's say it wasn't like a 32-degree game in the snow, they're marketing that this is going to be an offensive shootout, a lot of points on the board, or something like that.
Like,
you know
that Rams KC Monday night.
Yeah, game. Like they need to like that would help the game so much for people like me, because I just want to know. I'm not like a hockey purist, so I would love to know when the stars is on. And I'm sure so many people that like that with basketball. Like, I could watch every playoff basketball game until I die. There's plenty of people that I was literally just talking to someone on the coach yesterday that literally was the complete opposite of me. Where it was like he was hockey and I was fucking basketball. And it was like, yeah, I kind of just want to know when like da-da-da's playing. I'm like, yeah, exactly. And I'm kind of saying with hockey, but I don't really know who's who. And it's like, yeah. I think if hockey did a better job of just promoting the stars via highlights, social media maybe, but I really think the highlight route, because I think hockey highlights are sick and they don't really like, you know what I'm saying? That would help it so much, bro. Because I don't even know, like, who's on these teams. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. And the teams need to stop choking. Like, the teams, people I do know, like the Maple Leafs, they need to stop choking because people do know Austin Matthews. Like, shit like that, yeah, it's very true. But, like, that's the one thing I think they really need to start doing that would help the game, is just really just promote the stars more, bro. Because I don't, like, who's the next best player in the playoffs besides Draisaitl and McDavid?
I'd put Artemi Panarin up there.
And that's my guy. Like, I fuck with Panarin. He's someone I will watch. Okay, facts. Who's after Panarin?
You could put Nathan McKinnon on there.
Goat.
Hart Trophy finalist. Probably going to get it. MVP.
Yeah. Goat.
And your boy, Nikita Kucherov is on that list as well.
Goat.
He's on that Hart Trophy finalist.
Who's the bull from the Bruins? He's tough. What's his name? With the long hair?
Oh, David Pastrnak.
Pastrnak, he's tough. Even goaltending. I feel like they don't do enough goaltending marketing, bro.
They have recently, just because of Igor's last couple games.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Even like the rest of the guys, it's like, I just feel like I knew the guys back in the day. Like, I knew Lundqvist, I knew Quick, I knew all those guys back in the day, bro. Maybe because the Flyers are a little better. Maybe I'm just jaded, but I feel like I don't know, bro. I feel like the casual fans are a little more out the loop than we've been in the past. Maybe it's because of the downfall of SportsCenter or something like that. SportsCenter made it easy, I guess. I don't know.
I feel like people can agree to that.
Like, I feel like SportsCenter made it so easy. I used to wake up every single morning before school, watch SportsCenter, and I would not watch hockey at all throughout the year, maybe besides a couple Flyers games when I'm bored of shit. But I would know who's who. I would know who had this goalie, who had this star, like, if people were fighting, who was beefing. Like, this is the second time they fought. Like, so when the playoffs come around, I'm not watching the series, especially when I was a young boy, but it's like, oh, all right, Obi's about to play Crosby. Bet. I'm tuning in a couple of them Jones for sure. You're tripping. You know what I mean? Oh, this goaltender's playing this team. Like, that's why it was cool. When y'all played LA, that was actually cool because y'all had Lundqvist, they had Quick. I'm like, this is fire. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And I was even like following hockey. I was just watching SportsCenter. Like, so I feel like that, I don't know, just the promotion of what the fuck's going on. We just need that more, bro. And I think they maybe think with social media, that's what they're doing, but it's not, bro. Like, it's not at all. I got way more info about all the sports I watched back in the day than I do now. And then they think with the social media shit. I just see like clickbait and this guy broke this record. Like, cool.
I will say, I think NHL going back to ESPN helped
So much. I've watched way more hockey the last 3 years than I've ever had in my entire life.
Just because more people are going to tune into ESPN for coverage and
absolutely
than, NBC to watch the game. Now, no disrespect to one of the best announcers of all time, Doc Emmerich. I miss you, pal. But I think ESPN getting NHL back really did help, and everybody knows that.
100%.
We get over to the match penalty here. This was game 2 of the Rangers and Hurricanes series, and this is per NHL rules, a match penalty shall be imposed on any player who deliberately attempts to injure or who deliberately injures an opponent in any manner. So we're looking at this clip here from Jacob Trouba, and you see the elbow flare to the left.
This is wild, bro. That looks like the play that literally ruined Lundqvist's Lundqvist's career. The John Rico, like that, bro, flying. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Now people say that's your boy. People say Trouba's a dirty player.
I don't think he's a dirty player, but that's dirty.
If you look at the comments, that's literally the number one narrative I see going around and how dirty of a player that Trouba is. So is this an Embiid thing or is this a thing?
I mean, all of last season.
Like, do you feel about how you feel about Trouba is how I feel about Embiid, or is this like a thing? Because I don't watch, I could imagine someone that doesn't watch NBA closely that sees the Embiid clip of Mitchell Robinson, like, that is fucking wild. Oh my God. Like, bro, when I saw this on my fucking timeline, I was like, yo, he is absolutely insane. Like, I would be trying to kill him. If I was on the Hurricanes, he would have to die. Had to die.
Well, I mean,
had to die.
He's also surely he's getting penalized for it. I mean, just between games 1 and 2, he was in the box 5 times. So, like, he is getting his punishment for this. Now, what they were looking for in this was to be a match penalty, give him a game misconduct, and possible suspension.
Now, what does all that mean? Is that like flagrant foul?
Yeah, game misconduct, you're done.
Flagrant foul?
Yeah.
Flagrant 2.
Flagrant 2, goodbye.
Match penalties, flagrant 1?
Match penalty, goodbye.
Get out. Okay.
Done.
Say that.
Goodbye. So, and then be 5-minute major. So they'd have 5 minutes, and when they score a goal on that power play is not over. They keep going for that 5 minutes.
That's fucked.
So I understand the intent there and what they're saying with deliberately attempts to injure. If that elbow did connect, that is a dead body.
I just think I understand, but y'all towing the line, homie, because I think the NFL kind of wanted to do the same thing, but can you, if I don't hit the guy, can you like you know what I'm saying? Like, can we say I was trying to aim here? Like, what if they were trying to, I think he was trying to kill that man.
But the flare of the elbow is the penalty.
He was trying to kill that man. But let's say he doesn't flare the elbow, right? There's still a way he could connect to the head with his shoulder,
but it would be a clean hit though.
Okay, but that is
because he stayed stationary.
Okay, I understand, but that is still that could probably be very dangerous.
Yeah.
Right? Like the Jamie Benn hit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was another bad one.
So that wouldn't be fine. I understand the elbow is way more dangerous, but it's like we're just towing a white line here. It's like no contact. We can fucking sit a guy down like it's a flagrant 2.
Well, like, I'll tell you this one too.
I want to protect the players too, but it's like it sounds so fucked. But we just had a conversation about watching hockey. I'm not saying hits like this. Maybe more so the Jamie Benn hits that lead into more beefs is, I hate to say it, good for the game. Like, you know what I'm saying? I hate to say it.
A good hitter back in the day, Detroit Red Wings, Nicholas Cromwell. He used to skate and kind of like use his back and his hip and skate head on and then kind of turn around and hit you with his back and just destroy you. Like,
bro, like, I mean,
there was beef started there. I
guess I just feel less comfortable talking about the roughness of hockey because I just didn't play. But like, as someone who played football for my entire life, I think what they're doing with the NFL is killing it. I would love to see it be the way it was when I started playing football when I was 5 years old in 2006. Like, that's the football I like. So I assume there's a lot of hockey people that kind of like the hockey how it was back in 06. I assume that's kind of how I feel. And I feel like the best for hockey would be that. I agree the best for football would be to go back to that too, but it's just tough for also for learning about health and getting people to convert back and shit. And we're making it, this my thing is like, we're making it safer and safer and safer and safer and safer and taking away like the real like barbaric adrenaline run that comes from these sports that make people love it, that draws to it in the first place. Like, yeah, the skill involved with deking the goalie in a game 7 in Boston at your own crib to win a game 7 is dope. Fire, like skillful as fuck. But the part of that makes it so cool is that someone could literally take your head off, like, while you do that. Like, Pat Mahomes doing what he does is awesome, but the fact that we love it so much, or even if you want to say like maybe Brady or Peyton back in the days, because he could literally get his head taken off if he took too long to make a decision, and he does not have long at all. They're making it in 3 seconds. Protect these guys a little more, it becomes way more corny to the casual viewer. The people who play the sport, it's like, all right, it sucks, but I know what it's like. But the casual viewer is like, damn, I want him to at least be able to get his shit fucked up. Like, that makes it cool. And I get it, bro. Like, I've dealt with my head injuries, bro. I've snapped my leg from a horse collar tackle. I would love the game being as fucked up as it possibly could be, bro. Maybe I'm a sicko, but like, I think that's what makes the game, those certain games great. And that's just, you know what I mean? It will never happen. We'll continue to bitch until the end of time. And I'll probably be that old man at my fucking son's games, fucking bitch at the refs and trying to let my son hit people in the helmet. But it is what it is, bro.
Well, game 1, I never thought we were going to see this call. Game 1 of the Stars and Avalanche, there was an embellishment call. So it was a hooking penalty around the net. And then
we're cooked.
We dive.
We're cooked. We can just chalk it up.
So I forget who it was.
We're cooked.
Stars player, I forget who it was, is skating around the net and he gets hooked. And when he's going around the net, he ends up diving around the net. Just because my thought process was he was going to get drilled by the net. He had nowhere else to go, so he dives around the net. Now, the hook had happened right before that. So it was a penalty called for hooking, but since he dove around the net, they called embellishment as well. So then it was a 4-on-4 instead of a power play for the Stars. Then it's 4-on-4. Now, they asked rules analyst, Dave, I think is his name, I forget. And he's like, that's a judgment call.
Embellishment in hockey is not.
That's a judgment call. He said, I don't think I would have called that, but that's one of those, it's a judgment. If you felt that he took himself to the ground to sell and flop and sell the penalty, then you can call that. But I don't think I would have done it there. And it's tough to do in a playoff game. It really is, especially having judgment calls like that. But again, you want to compare that to NBA? You want to call foul baiting there? They're calling it here. They're calling it here.
I don't want to compare hockey to the NBA because
I'm not. I'm just saying for embellishment and flopping and all that kind of stuff. They do it in
the NFL, bro. When people fucking touch the quarterback flares his head back and fucking, bro, the NFL has it. It's disgusting, bro. I hate it. I absolutely cannot stand it. I just don't feel as comfortable bashing hockey for it because I just didn't play.
Right.
But I feel very similar.
I will say this.
Very similar.
Right now, I know I'm wearing a Rangers jersey, and this is going to sound biased as hell, but it's the truth. The New York Rangers are the team to beat in the NHL right now. Mm-hmm. Having a guy like Igor Shesterkin in net that can stand on his head night in and night out is what's going to get you all the way. And what's going to get you those last one more win to the Eastern Conference Final and then 4 more. It's 5 wins to go. That's the guy you need. That's 99 saves in the last 2 games, in Game 2 and Game 3, 54 in Game 2 in your own building. And that game should have been over. They should have lost that prior to overtime. That game shouldn't have even gone to overtime in Game 2, let alone even get through the first overtime. Hurricanes had most of that third period and that back end. They had most of the first overtime. But again, we talk about quantity versus quality. Right now, quantity is all towards the Carolina Hurricanes, but the quality is with the New York Rangers, and that goes with that top line right there. Lafreniere, Artemi Panarin, and Vincent Trocheck. Those are the guys that I want on the ice to score, and those are the guys that did that to win this overtime game in Game 3. First time since 1994 when they won their last Stanley Cup, going 7-0 to start the playoffs. Again, all these NHL players talk about it's a new season. It's a new season. We can't think about we just won the President's Trophy. It's a new season. We got to start over. Everybody is starting over. And then you start out winning your first 7. Everyone's going to bash them and say, oh, you played the Washington Capitals. That was an easy sweep as it is. I don't care. It's playoff hockey. I was a little bit worried about that series. And then Hurricanes, who were favored to win this series and were favored in Game 2 in MSG. Rangers were underdogs in their own building as the best team in hockey. I'll take plus money all day. And look at that. 3-0, quality over quantity. This team is the team to beat Right now, I don't see a team that can knock these guys off in a 7-game series. And again, it's going to be frustrating for all Rangers fans when they do finally lose that first game, just because we're so used to this team winning. And it's going to suck when they lose that first game. But look, hey, with how the Boston Bruins are playing right now against the Florida Panthers, that gritty series, it's very chippy, it's very fast, it's very physical. I would like to see the Rangers get this done in 4 games and just take a breather. We remember in years past in the playoffs, they've played 7-game series after 7-game series. They're tired going into the Eastern Conference Final. Remember that series against the Tampa Bay Lightning? And they were just tired. They got outskated, tired from playing so many hockey games. They have the possibility and the opportunity here to play 8 games in 2 series and win all 8 and then move on to the Eastern Conference Final. I don't see a better chance for them to at least make it to the Stanley Cup Final. I'm very, very scared of the Florida Panthers. I remember tweeting about it when the Panthers landed Vladimir Tarasenko, and I tweeted and I directly said it. I didn't delete it, okay? I'll go back on it. And I said it's the Florida Panthers Cup to lose. So I'm very scared of that team. But right now, nothing fuels a playoff hockey team better and more than having a goalie that can stand on his head night in and night out, and that's Igor Shesterkin. Give that man his flowers. He does it again. It's just astronomical how this man, year in and year out, comes in the clutch every single time. I love it. I'm so happy to be a Rangers fan, and with the Knicks playing so good, I mean, like, how can you not be so ecstatic about New York sports right now? I know for New York haters and this and that, it's tough to look at it that way. But this is a really fun thing that's going on right now. We got both teams going. You know, Knicks are up 2-0. Got Game 3 coming in Indiana. Rangers up 3-0. Got a chance to move on. It's a fun time. Yankees are playing really well.
Nah, yeah, we saying welcome. We used to this type of shit. The teams being in the playoffs and all that. You're welcome, bro.
I know. I texted Dev, and I was he was like, asked me to come out and drink last night and watch the game. I'm like, dude, I've been doing a lot of drinking with these games on. Like, I got to chill tonight.
Welcome, bro.
And he's like, come on, you got to continue it, bro. They're winning. And he's like, I remember that's what I was doing when all the Philly sports teams were in the playoffs and the Eagles were going to the Super Bowl.
Do what you gotta do, bro.
Every night I was doing it. I'm like,
do what you gotta do.
I feel you. Tap into NHL. We are getting the hell out of here.
Change the rules, motherfuckers. Soft ass, bitch ass, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I feel you there. I'm
both sports.
I'm also confused if last thing though. I'm confused if they were to call that a match penalty, like the discussions that would happen after. Like, oh, well, he never made connection, so how are they going to call that a match penalty? And then they would say, well, if he did, and technically it's in the rule book, so I would be curious to see what's going to happen here. Carolina, saying that there's some calls that have not gone their way against the Rangers, and then you have Indiana saying the same thing, submitting 78 calls.
I mean, y'all, I mean, I'll talk about it in the Sixers series. I didn't go as ham as I could have, but it's cool, bro. I don't think we're gonna win that series anyway. That's why I'm not that pissed. But I'll be seeing what's going on. They get shit past me.
I will tell you, the kickball was wrong call.
Insane.
All right, I knew that from the beginning. I said it when I watched it live. I said it. The double dribble though,
insane.
Getting thrown out of the game for that. That was not a double dribble. Okay.
I mean, no, it was not a double dribble, but it's just like the fact that they can just go like. You called a double dribble, bro. Like, your boy fucked up. Like, it happens. We fuck up. We can't be like, re-inbound. Like, that was the craziest double dribble. I was like, what the fuck did he just call?
Why did he call that?
That boy, no hezzy. I was like, yo.
And then they showed the replay and the close-up of Hartenstein.
Literally not even close.
Not even close.
Not even close. And he's watching from behind him. So, like, I understand what his boy, but, like, you gotta be like, our boys.
I like the road that Hallie took on that, where he said, we're not going to sit here and complain about the calls because we just have to be better. They smashed us on the boards again. We have to be better. We're not losing these games because of the calls.
That's what
But tell that to fucking Sixers fans, because every game it's like, you just won that game on calls. You just won that game on calls every time. New York, Rangers are getting calls, the Knicks are getting calls in every series they play, and that's the reason they're winning. Give me a break. Jalen Brunson is on a historic run right now. The Rangers haven't lost in the playoffs yet. Can we think about that?
Tyrese Halliburton's a real hooper. I don't know how many of those Sixers fans you're talking about are real hoopers. There were some real hoopers that were complaining about the rest. That's what I'm saying. It's not, you know what I mean?
Part of it.
People had different opinions, but.
People have different opinions. All right. We have to get on the goddamn golf course.
Yeah, we do.
Tea party's coming soon.
I'm fucking rusty. I haven't golfed since Wildwood. That's the club. I don't have my glove. My glove is in Tyler's car.
Oh, I'm not even, I gotta tell you this right now, but I'm gonna break them out for the first tea party. Got a new FootJoys coming. Oh my God, dude, they are so clean.
Okay.
My parents are like, what do you want for your birthday? Send them this link to FootJoys. White, like brown, dark brown on the soles. Oh my God, so tough, so tough. Can't wait to break them bad boys out. All right, we're getting out of here. Tea party's coming soon. If you watch this on YouTube, make sure to drop a like, comment. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Apple Podcasts and Spotify listeners, we appreciate you. We love you. Drop those ratings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star ratings on Apple Podcasts. It means a lot to us.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think it's easy. I
remember the Sixers drum.
yeah. You've been listening and watching to the All Day Everyday Show with All Day AJ and Manny Ruffin. If you're not watching playoff hockey, be smart. Get a little intelligence and just turn on TNT or turn on ESPN. Very simple. Rangers in 5.
We let y'all do yourselves.
Stanley Cup champs.
Ant is on TV.
And Anthony Edwards, yeah.
Nah, I'm just saying this. Until Ant's off TV. If Ant's off TV.
Just gotta tap in, man.
When Ant's off TV, you probably watch a lot.